I'm Eric Novak, and coming up in this report, we're going to take a look at the all-new 2017 Porsche Macan 4-cylinder, but we're doing so on the racetrack. The hottest vehicle category right now in terms for designers is the compact SUV, and all luxury automakers are getting involved, just as are the mainline brands. Porsche is no exception. Last year they launched their Macan compact SUV. It's smaller than its traditional Cayenne, and they debuted with a 6-cylinder version, but for 2017 they now have a 4-cylinder Macan. It's a peppy little vehicle, and we're here in southwestern Ontario at the Toronto Motorsports Cayuga track, as well as some rural routes in the area, to test out this all-new 4-cylinder Porsche Macan.
By spending some time with the new Macan on the track and through some handling core sections, it didn't take long to realize that despite the smaller engine, this is still very much a Porsche. The 2-liter inline 4-cylinder engine produces 252 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque. On the track, we were chasing a Macan GTS lead car, and while it was quicker out of a turn, the lighter weight of our 4-cylinder allowed us to keep pace quite easily. With Sport and Sport Plus drive modes, there was plenty of rigidness and sharp handling to confirm that the Porsche DNA was still strong in this new base model. On the exterior, the base Macan offers unique badging, black brake calipers, as well as new 18-inch wheel and exhaust designs to distinguish it from the other trims.
Stop. Let's cut this out for a second here. We've been on the track before with Porsches, we'll do so again. With the launch of this 4-cylinder Macan, though, Porsche is introducing it for a couple of strategic and very important reasons, and those are reasons I don't think you can cover quite well enough on the track. To do so, we need to look at it from a different perspective. With the introduction of this 4-cylinder Macan, you now have an entry price for Porsche of under $60,000, regardless of whether you're talking Canadian or US funds. And for people who want to aspire into the Porsche brand but haven't been able to afford so, this is their entry point. So that's a very important reason from price perspective to give people a chance to get into a Porsche who might not have otherwise. So another important criteria as to why they introduced this entry-level Macan, it has more to do with demographics as a whole. I wasn't aware of this, but when you take a look at all of Porsche's buyers for all the models, it's about 95% male right now. They want to change that, and I think with this entry-level Macan, they're hoping to bring it up to 20% female, 80% male. For that to happen, I think they have to look more just being a performance car, because the buying preferences change between the genders. This has to be practical, pragmatic, and probably competitive with all the other compact crossovers that are flooding the market and going up against this unit as well. Now, does that work? Does it meet those criteria? This is what we want to find out. Something that definitely comes into play here with both a value proposition as well as demographics is the interior. Now, if you look at the inside of this Macan 4-cylinder, it's very reminiscent of a Porsche. You would know you're in one. Heck, from the very familiar center stack to the wheel to the instrumentation, it is a Porsche. A couple things that are notably missing, though, in this base model I think are worth noting. Number one is a lack of GPS. And while it may not be an essential everyday item for some, if you're trying to broaden your horizons and get new purchasers into this, especially in the competitive compact SUV category, I think the fact that it's missing at this price point is noteworthy. And the other thing, of course, is the lack of blind spot detection. This is a safety feature that people have come to almost expect nowadays. I mean, if you can get it in a $20,000 compact, I'm not saying that's the same buyer, but when you view the price point of $60,000, you can't even have something helping you with your blind spots. That may cause some people to think again. But overall, I mean, there's things that I still like as well. The Alcantara seats, you know what, it's not leather, but that's not too bad of a thing. So overall, yes, it's a Porsche interior, but I think some of the emissions might weigh against this model when it comes to broadening its overall sales and extending the demographics that it's going to play to. To be suitable for everyday use, cargo space has to factor into it. And with this Porsche Macan, you look into the rear cargo hold, and there's about 17.7 cubic feet of space. Certainly more than enough to keep my camera bag, and it's actually quite spacious. I think you'd get at least a couple of golf clubs there. You'd get a week's worth of groceries in there for sure. Put the second row seats down and you get 53 cubic feet of space. So on that account, I think it's pretty good. Okay, what about the back seat? Well, the Macan is a compact crossover, and that does mean it is compact, but I would have to say that the seats that I have in front of me are pushed up pretty far, and I don't have a ton of legroom. So could I fit in here? Could adults fit in here? Yeah, we could. Are we going to do it for a long time? Probably not. So, I mean, that's par for the course with the category overall, but yeah, it is kind of compact here in the back seat. Through introducing the 2017 four-cylinder Macan, Porsche has said, hey, we want to be competitive in this compact luxury crossover category, and with a price technically beginning at under $60,000, we want to make it affordable for those who want to be into our brand as well. I think there's no worries whatsoever about this being a performance car and being a true Porsche. It really drives like one, and if you're a Porsche fan wanting to get into one with price being an impediment before, don't worry, you're going to get all of the Porsche experience in this car. Never mind what the size of the engine is. Where I'm still a little uncertain though as to whether we're really going to see an expansion of the overall demographics. It has the potential to be a daily driver, but I think some of the things missing that we mentioned, the lack of a GPS, blind spot monitoring, until you really up the price, might take some people out of the equation who were possibly thinking about it overall. I like this car, and I think those who buy it will, but as to how much further this new entry-level will expand sales is something I guess only time will tell. Overall though, I had fun in this week, and I hope you enjoyed this review, but that's it for now. For EnviroDad.com, I'm Eric Novak. Thanks for watching.
If you like this review, we've got more of them, both written and video, at www.envirodad.com. There's also a Facebook page for you to like, and you know what? We're even doing Twitter as well.